Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder Express.
Yay and choo-choo!
Yay, indeed, Jimmy. Yay, indeed. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmy Wisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another absolutely wild edition of Small Town Murder. Yes, this is one. This could have been a regular episode, so we are 10 pounds of murder in a 2-pound bag today, guys. It's pretty good stuff here. We cannot wait for it. Before we get to that, though, I'd like you to do us all a favor here. Head over to shutupandgivememurder.com and get your tickets for live shows. Get in there. Get your tickets for live shows. This is a Minnesota episode today, so definitely get your tickets for the September 19th Minneapolis show at the State Theater, all you Minnesotans out there. Also, there's a few left for the night before, on the 18th at the Pabst in Milwaukee, so you can get those too if you hurry up and do that right now. Also, Dallas on October 3rd. Tickets left for that. San Jose, Sacramento on the 16th and 17th of October, and then the 13th and 14th of November, Terrytown, New York, and Boston, just outside of Boston, so you don't even have to deal with the traffic. We're making it easy for you guys, so do that and come hang out with us. Shutupandgivememurder.com is where you get all of that stuff. Also, listen to Crime and Sports, our other podcast, which we think you'd love. You don't have to like sports. You just have to like us making fun of an idiot who didn't have to screw up and did anyway. And also your stupid opinions. Yeah. Because there's nothing more fun than reading other people's reviews. I don't know what it is about it, but it says more about them than what they're reviewing, and it's a lot of fun. So check those out. Do you know they have
titties at Home Depot?
Titties at Home Depot.
Yeah, I just found out about it this week.
Wow. It's like for sale? In the silicone section? What are we talking about?
There's so many hot chicks there.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant, I was like, for sale? What are we talking about? How do you get titties at Home Depot? Right down there in the prosthetic
in the
aisle.
bolt-on section. Yeah.
We got testicles you can stick up in your sack there in case you lose one. Lots there. Patreon is what you need. Patreon.com/crime in sports is where you get all of the bonus material. Anybody $5 a month or above, you're going to get everything. We put out all sorts of stuff, and you're going to get it all. As soon as you subscribe, you're going to get like 400 back bonus episodes almost to binge on. Then new ones every other week. One Crime in Sports, one Small Town Murder, and you, my friends, get it all. This week, what we're talking about for Crime in Sports, we did Death on Skis. Which is insane, and you want to hear it. Trust us. Wow. You want to hear that. And then for Small Town Murder, it was Love After Lockup, Season 6. Oh, my goodness, did we have a good time with that. So can't wait. Check those out. Patreon.com/crime in sports. And you get all the shows we put out.
Yeah.
Your Stupid Opinions, Crime in Sports, Small Town Murder, all ad-free with your Patreon.
Unbelievable.
And then on top of that, you get a shout out at the end of the regular show where Jimmy will mispronounce your name. You can't beat it. Patreon.com/crime in sports, just like the name of that show you should listen to. That said, I think it's time, everybody. All right. I think it's time to sit back. What do you say here, Jimmy? Let's all clear the lungs. Here we go. Arms to the sky. Let's all shout. Shut up and give me murder. Let's do this, everybody. Yeah. On a trip, shall we? Let's do it. We are taking off. We're going to Minnesota this week.
It's a nice place.
Not bad at all. Lovely. This is Montgomery, Minnesota, which I've never even heard of. Yeah, I've never even heard of that. This is in southern Minnesota.
Oh.
And a south central, maybe a little toward the east. It's about an hour outside Minneapolis, so I guess technically commutable, if you don't mind the ride. 4 hours and 10 minutes to Moorhead, Minnesota, our last Minnesota episode, which was the babysitter murder. That was crazy stuff. Minnesota brings the crazy usually with the murders. This is in Le Sueur County, S-U-E-U-R. Le Sueur, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
Population here, the area code here, 507. I was like, 507? That doesn't seem like enough people. Because there isn't. Population here, 3,237 people. Okay. That's what I thought there.
Still low.
Still pretty damn, this is a small place. It really is. It's a kind of a rural community. Median household income here, $58,176, which is below the national average by about 10, 11 grand. And the median home cost also lower than the rest of the country.
Really?
$268,900. So
that's great.
Not bad. The nickname here, it is the kolacky capital of the world. It's Kolacky.
Is that a fish?
It's a pastry, actually. It's like a little cookie with fruit in it, and they look delicious. They look absolutely delicious. It's a Czech thing.
It's the capital, huh?
That's the capital of the world. A lot of Czech people here, and they've made that the capital of the world. Yeah, that's a Czech dessert, apparently. Right. It was platted, this town, in 1877 when the railroads extended here. That's the only reason why. It was founded in the mid-1870s, and it was a big railroad and agricultural hub, which helped with the railroads, and a lot of Czechs, German, and Irish immigrants here. But the Czechs really took over the culture here. And the city preserves its unique cultural identity through historic downtown architecture. So that's what we got here. Reviews of this town, it is not a well-loved town on Niche. It is 2.1 stars on Niche, which you would never eat food from a place with 2.1 stars.
No.
You'd be terrified of that place. Here's 5 stars. Awesome town. Awesome. Lived here all my life. That's a long time.
Yeah.
I love that's a long time. You mean in context or just for you? For you, your whole life's a long time, but you could you could be 21 and someone else could be 78. So maybe that's not that long. Very nice all year. Montgomery's a small town, usually peaceful and very nice people. All right. Usually, in case. Well, we'll find out some complaints here. Here's 3 stars. Not much to do without going to a different town. It's the whole review. Which means there's nothing to do because we're talking about this town. Here's 1 star. Wow. Where do I start?
Well,
that's a good one. Let's try that. Have fun moving here while your neighbor behind you will tell you off and how you're wrong for a stupid property line. There's mean, old, elderly women here who have nothing better to do than starting property battles.
At least
his neighbors. There's me. He just put that on everybody. He said that's everybody house you move into.
They all do.
Mean old, and it comes with one. The city assigns you a mean elderly lady to yell at you about property lines
Have
when you move
fun.
in. Yeah, you don't even know. She doesn't even live around there. She's just assigned by the city.
Have
She's like,
fun moving here.
She goes, I'm sorry, it's my job. I have to do this.
I was told. Yeah.
But this is a lot of people say this shit, though. That's the crazy thing. Here's another 1 star. Living here was bad on first move-in. Neighbors love to fight about property line. Does anyone do a survey here whatsoever? Is there a surveyor that works in Minnesota that can...
Yeah, there should be no fighting. That should be a definitive county designated line.
I don't understand it. They will make your life hell because of it, and cops won't do anything except give you an attitude. They'll also yell at you about property lines. And then finally, 1 star, what can I say other than a bunch of nosy neighbors, small town, everyone knows each other, and all places kiss-ass club with the police while police sit there and waste taxpayer dollars.
Yeah.
There's some anger in this small town.
There is.
This is the most anger we've ever encountered in Minnesota ever. This is crazy.
I wonder what the deal is.
I don't know. That one old lady is pissing everybody off.
All 3 of their issues.
I'd love to sit down and have a chat with them. Yeah. Well, but we can't because we have to do things because there's things to do here, baby.
Yeah.
Kolacky Days.
Right.
That's the festival.
Pastry day.
And they call it a traditional Central European bite-sized pastry made with rich cream cheese or yeast dough, folded around a sweet center and finished with powdered sugar. It's this lovely little cookie thing that's kind of folded over, and there's fruit in the middle and then powdered sugar on top. They look amazing.
Those are the things that come with Omaha steaks.
Oh, really? Maybe. There's Italian cookies that are similar to this with the fruit in them and stuff, and I love them, man. Those are good.
It's not that bakeable pastry thing with it's like a cup, a fleurette of, if you will.
There's
with
different
berries
shapes
in the middle.
Yeah, there's berries, but there's different shapes. There's like a little fold over, almost like a burrito that just barely touches in the center.
Okay.
And then there's like actual like kind of cookies with the fruit on top. So it depends. But here we go. At the festival, there's a pancake, egg, sausage, and ham breakfast that's going to take place.
I mean, that's the whole thing.
Annual softball tournament, if you want to feel like you're in fucking Funny Farm. The homemade kolacky baking contest.
Hell yeah.
Got to have that. Then there's also an old-time musicians jamboree.
Old time.
Doesn't say who's going to be there, but it's from noon to 3.
Nice.
A beanbag toss tournament.
That's cornhole.
Cornhole. There you go. A St. Paul Czech and Slovak folk dancers. Whoa.
Slavic dancers. I don't know what their dancing is. If it's like Irish, I'll watch.
It's probably colorful and boring after 3 minutes, I would assume.
Yeah,
like most things like that. Like most things with cultural significance. Impressive and then boring after 3 minutes.
Unless it's like native, you know what I mean? Native dances, I'll watch those. The whole fucking thing's important.
3 minutes. Okay, I see. That's about what they're doing. I got 3 minutes for you. That's about it. I'm a little ADD with that kind of shit, though. I can't sit and watch. Yep, that's what they're doing. It's like Sarah was like, "Would you want to go whale watching?" And I went, "Why?" We go out there. You see a whale, and you go, "Yep, there they are." I've seen. Like, okay, who cares? Then what?
Yeah, but you got to find them too, and hope that they're wanting to come to the surface today.
Yeah. Are they going to put on like a game show for us when we find them? Probably not. Probably just going to swim around and try to get away from us, honestly.
I've seen one too many articles about killer whales blasting boats and sinking them. I don't want to be near them.
They hate us. Then, if all that folk dancing is too much culture for you, right after that's a truck and tractor pull. Let's get right back to right back to earth in America here. There's a kolacky eating contest. Got to have that. Then the music. All right. There's also a Queen's pageant and a homemade wine competition.
Fuck.
There's some prisoner coming in going, I got this. No, I spent 10 years in the joint. I'm good at this.
Y'all better touch this one last.
Yeah, you're going to want
this. Up.
You don't want this one last. It's a little stronger than your average wine.
This is just oranges.
The band's there. Jumping at the Woodside is one of them. The Blue Ringers. Yeah. Okay. The Charlie Sticka Band, which sounds like it's probably polka or something like that. Yeah. I bet. The James Watton Band. John Dietz and the Twin Lakes Trio.
All right.
I assume there's 4 of them. And of course, you got to have Triple Dog Dare. Not double. Fucking triple. So
that's
there
3
you
Dog
go.
Night, isn't it?
I thought at first when I read it too, I was like, is that a 3 Dog Night?
Probably.
Tribute band? That's because that's all I could think. That said, let's talk about some murder here.
Here we go.
Oh boy. All right. Had to figure out really what not to include in this one because there's a lot to it. All right. Let's go to January 6th, 2014. It's 11 p.m.
Hell yeah.
All right. January 6th, 2014, 11 p.m. Richard Nelson. He's born January 7th, 1966. He's 48 years old at this point in time.
Okay.
Or I should say he will be 48 in about an hour.
All right.
He's going to be 48 because his birthday is January 7th. Yeah. Now, a little bit on his background, and we'll get into more of it, but he's been separated. He's got 2 sons, and at this point, an ex-wife named Christina. Yeah. He and his wife separated in August of 2010, then divorced in 2011 in April. There's 2 sons, and one lives with the ex-wife, Christina, the younger of the sons, who's also a teenager at this point, and one son lives with Richard. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the son that lives with Richard is Jonas David Nelson. He's born December 30th, 1995, so he's 18 and about a week.
Yeah.
Is where he's at. Now, Jonas calls 911 at 11 o'clock. On January 6th. And he says that Richard, his dad, was asleep on the living room floor, which the hell kind of life is this? Yeah. He's passed out on the living room floor.
I could see it, but yeah.
Wow. So he
depends on how he got there.
Exactly, and I think alcohol might have been involved here, possibly, because he does this a lot. But after he calls 911 and he tells the cops that he was in his bedroom, he's been watching movies up in his bedroom, and he said he heard glass breaking and a pop sound, and here's his dad bloody on the floor with a gunshot wound to the head.
Oh.
So they said, I came downstairs and I don't know what happened. He goes, I guess just assume based on the glass breaking and that, I assume someone shot him from outside the house. So he's like, I don't know if it's a stray or somebody was intending to do this or what. But he said my dad was on the living room floor and appeared dead. So if you can come on over. So the cops and EMS go to the residence and they arrive and they observe Richard lying on the floor with his head resting on a pillow and blankets covering his body. So this is an intentional, I'm going to sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, they determine he is deceased. There is brain matter and a large amount of blood on the floor. He got shot with a .45, basically.
Wow.
Said too, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, it's a .45. No, it's something else. Never mind. That's a different case. So, and also skull fragments with blood spatter on the walls in the immediate vicinity of the body. So there's a goddamn exit wound.
This is a very lethal gunshot.
It's brutal.
That feels targeted.
No firearm located in the area. Well, it has to be because the guy's on the ground. So to shoot from the window, you'd have to shoot down at the floor.
Yeah, that's
it's not
my
like
point.
It came in the window and he was sitting in his recliner and it popped him in the
Strays don't hit that angle.
No, never. No firearm is located around the body. So it does not appear to be self-inflicted or anything like that right away. Now, here is some family background, because right now they walk in the house, there's an 18-year-old kid going, here's my dad, and he's on the floor. So let's find out a little bit more about these folks and what's going on here. Now, Christina Singer is the ex-wife and Jonas's mother. Jonas's mother here says that she met Richard through a mutual friend at church when he was 30 and she was 24. They began dating in 1995, and she experienced an unplanned pregnancy with Jonas in April of 1995, and decided to get married based on the pregnancy. Yeah. And she said, I was in love with this guy. She then left she had a position at the church. She worked at the church, but she left the church due to becoming pregnant prior to marriage. They weren't cool with that. The church didn't want unmarried pregnant chicks wandering around handing out fucking wafers or whatever you do. I'm sure it's like a Lutheran church or something. I don't know. Oh no, they're Catholic. I'm sorry. She said, though, once we were married, he owned me. That's what she said. She said she failed to identify red flags, basically. She didn't see it, like his constant recurrent unemployment. She said he'd have 10 jobs in a year.
He is not good with authority, huh?
He can't, no, and he can't hold a job. When she was 8.5 months pregnant, he quit his job 1 week prior to the onset of her maternity leave, which is,
oh my God.
That's the time you can't quit your job.
No.
And if you get fired, you cry and beg. You're like, holy shit, you can't fire me now.
We need the insurance at this time.
Yes, big time. She described him as, quote, giving into this dark depression. There was a dark, evil part about him. One time he looked at me and I remember his eyes looked black. She described him exhibiting extreme control over all aspects of their family. He's very controlling. She said he was extremely mean and would ignore her for days and would make her grovel for forgiveness, but said also it wasn't good enough to earn his forgiveness. So she didn't even do anything wrong, but she'd have to beg for whatever weird forgiveness, and then he would tentatively sort of give it to you, but not really. Which is weird. He placed basically all the blame for all their problems on her, and she said he was extremely unpredictable and very critical of everyone anywhere in his vicinity. She left him multiple times, but always returned because she said she had extreme guilt arising from her Christian faith, and she wanted to strengthen her marriage despite this mess.
Right.
Wow. In 2005, she left for 2 months due to the perception that the marriage was getting very dangerous, quote unquote. That's not good.
Oh.
She believes also that something potentially happened to Jonas at age 10 because she said he quit saying, "I love you, Mom," and also started calling his dad Rick rather than Dad. Which is, for some reason, the fact that it's Rick makes it more insulting. I don't know why. Yeah. Okay, Rick. You can say that real dismissively.
Rick. Yeah.
What do you want, garbage? Yeah, I'm right on top of that, Rick. No problem,
Right
Rick.
after this, Rick.
Yeah, it's different. If his name was just different, I don't know. If his name was Henry, it would feel fine. But Rick feels like an insult. All right, Rick. Sure. He also began stating that he hated himself and wanted to die. This is Jonas around this time.
What the hell is going on?
Around 10. Despite these concerns and the mother wanting to get young Jonas in therapy, which at 10, if they start displaying these things, that would be a good place to go, Rick refused to allow him to attend therapy.
Right.
Wouldn't allow it. During their 2-month separation, Christina and Rick, she described Rick as engaging in a honeymoon stage. So now he's trying to win her back. Yeah. He was extremely nice toward her and was told by others that he was crying all the time and just felt terrible about how he had treated her and that she was so unhappy. So she agreed to return if Rick would seek therapy or whatever services needed. He agreed to it, but then immediately, by the time she got back, didn't do any of it and returned to his cruel behavior the second she walked through the door, pretty much. Yeah. She also said that he purchased all of her clothing. She was not allowed to buy her own clothing. And the kids backed this up too. And she said that would send mixed messages because he would send her very different shit. Like, here, you're wearing this. And she didn't understand who he was trying to make her be, essentially. One time when their sons were older here, so the last few years, he purchased and instructed her to wear a bikini in front of their sons, despite her discomfort at wearing a bikini in front of her sons, because she's pretty modest. Yeah. Which, why put this on in front of our kids? Pop your tits. Really make them look at it. What a weird thing to do.
Don't shave the bikini line. Just put it on.
I mean, make it pop out the sides. I want them to know what's in there. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. I want them to see what's really under there. You know, none of this porn stuff.
Show them what a real woman looks like.
Yeah. He would go back and forth between purchasing her what she called slutty clothing and then also like what she considered to be masculine attire at the same time. So either real slutty stuff, high cut, low cut, that kind of thing, or
and some cargo
like
shorts,
Lee jeans and a flannel shirt.
Wow.
Like, you know, stuff like that.
Fucking
really, he goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. He recurrently would ask her to alter her appearance. He disapproved of her wearing any cosmetics at all. No makeup.
What?
Yeah. Tell a 30-something-year-old woman you're not allowed to put any makeup on and be like, fuck
Put
you.
on this slutty outfit with no makeup.
Also here, and then put your Lee jeans on when we're done. There you go.
Throw on these Caterpillar work boots.
Yeah. When she got a job with a part-time job with a cosmetics company, he was over the moon pissed off at this because now she's right around the makeup. She's going to have all the makeup now.
She's going to get it for free.
God forbid. He would monitor the grocery list as well, and say what was okay. Yeah. One time she bought Band-Aids that weren't pre-approved, and he became enraged with her, lost his mind about Band-Aids.
429, don't you dare.
And we have 2 kids, 2 boys. They need Band-Aids a lot. Yeah. Another incident, she bought a loaf of bread. Yeah. You can tell. I mean, obviously, that would set either of us off. How dare you bring bread into this home? Ooh, what a fucking lunatic.
How dare you?
How dare you? You know I'm trying to lose weight. Mm-hmm. She bought a loaf of bread, and he chastised her at the dinner table due to the price of bread.
What kind of bread did she buy?
He did this for 2 hours.
What?
No matter what, 2 hours of yelling at someone for a $1.49 loaf of fucking bread. It's 2000. It's like 2007.
Yeah,
a loaf of bread is $1.49 tops. What are we talking about here?
Well, I mean, if you got super expensive Oro wheat, you're looking $3.79.
Oh, well, I mean, if you're going to go crazy, if you're on the East Coast trying to get Roman meal, yeah, of course it's going to cost more. But come on, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about
Dave's
the regular
bread isn't even out yet.
No, Christ, with 85 seeds and shit on the glued to the outside of it. Ugh.
You don't like those?
I don't want to crunch on my bread, no. I want to crunch if it's toasted. I don't want to crunch on whatever mystery seeds are in there. I can't
get enough of that everything bagel bread. That shit is...
I like everything bagel.
Goddamn good.
But the bread part, those are separate for me. But they're delicious, though. She also indicated that family members were never allowed to talk during the dinner. Only him. He could yell and scream about the price of bread over dinner.
What happened to this man?
That's the question.
Why is Rick so mad?
Well, she said, quote, I think he was crazy, but how do I challenge my husband? He was 6'4" and weighed 300 pounds.
And he's enormous.
Monster. His friends would tell him about how when he was younger, they'd be all hanging out. He could lift a fucking car up by himself. Wow. They said he could go the back of a fucking car by the bumper and lift the fucking thing off the ground. That's how big and fucking, he's one of these. There's big and there's like workout big. Yeah. And then there is, I was born
big. Yeah.
Fucking enormous. I have crazy big German bones and I you know what I mean? And my wrists are as thick as your ankles and I can lift a tree stump out of the ground type of big. It's a different type of big.
And most of those guys don't look muscular. They're just big.
They're just strong.
They look fat, really.
Shit. They're just, they're strong though.
Fuck, they're so strong.
They're strong, man. Hey everybody, just gonna take a quick break from the show to tell you how to get your smile right with Smile Set.
Smileset.com.
Yeah, think about it. Think about your smile. There's always something in there you think about fixing. That's not quite right. You look in the mirror and maybe a photo and you're like, I don't like how that kind of overlaps that one. And maybe say, someday, fix that later. I'll take care of that at some point. This is the time. Now is the time to do it. Smile Set is how someday finally happens. Doctor-prescribed clear aligners done from home for 60% less than braces. This is great. Smile Set delivers doctor-prescribed clear aligners for $1,295. That's 60% less than traditional braces or in-office treatment. A licensed doctor reviews your case and builds your custom treatment plan. You start with an at-home impression kit, and your aligners ship straight to you. Progress is monitored remotely through the Smile Set app with doctor check-ins available whenever you want them. Smile Set has treatment options and payment plans that fit around your life. Nighttime-only aligners mean you can straighten your teeth while you sleep, and monthly payments start at just $89. With over 2 million smiles treated with this technology, 30-day money-back guarantee after starting treatment, there's nothing to lose here. This is great stuff. You're at home, too. You don't have to go sit down. It's very uncomfortable. You do the impressions at home. You send them in. You get everything done at home, so you don't have to do all that. That's going to save you a lot of money, and it's just a lot less stressful, too. And you can get yourself looking right. Get yourself feeling how you want to feel. Have confidence. Get yourself some confidence. It's overwhelming, the confidence that will give you. Visit smileset.com/smalltownmurder to get $500 off your aligner treatment and finally make someday happen. That's smileset.com/smalltownmurder for $500 off. Smileset.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show and tell you a better way to get all the things done in your home that needs to be done with HomeServe.
HomeServe.com.
Think about this. You're sitting home. It's 103 degrees outside. It's hot. It's a Saturday night. And all of a sudden, you start feeling warm air coming from your air conditioner. What do you do?
Sure haven't heard my AC in a few hours.
Uh-oh. This isn't good. Why is it hot in here? It says, oh no. Why is it 80 in here? That's a problem here. Things like that. Disasters can pop up. And the thing about home disasters, they sneak up and they bite you. They don't tell you they're going to come. There's no warning. Most of them cost more than a car repair. HomeServe offers plans starting at $4.99 a month. With HomeServe, when something goes wrong, you're not scrambling. You're just making one call, and that's all you need to do. HomeServe is like a subscription for your home. For as little as $4.99 a month, they've got your back. Regular homeowners insurance usually doesn't cover a lot of the day-to-day wear and tear, plumbing failures, HVAC breakdowns, electrical issues, important things. They don't cover it at all. So it's super simple. You choose a plan that fits your needs and budget, and when something on your plan goes wrong, Boom, you call up their 24/7 hotline and start the repair process. And with nearly 4.5 million customers and a 4.7 out of 5 rating on Trustpilot and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau rating, they're the real deal. I'm telling you, your air conditioning is not going to warn you before it stops. It's just not. Don't wait until you're sweating to figure out you're not covered. That's the problem. Right. Get in there and do this. We like HomeServe. I love it. I have an old house, so this is great for me. Anything that breaks down, it is insanely easy. You call them up and boom, there you go. They're working for you and you just know it's going to happen. It's wonderful. Your next costly home repair is already coming. Act now and get protected with a plan through HomeServe for 50% less for your first year. Go to homeserve.com/smalltownmurder to find the plan that's right for you. That's homeserve.com/smalltownmurder for 50% less savings compared to renewal price, void in Florida.
Now back to the show.
She said his just leaning forward intimidated all of us.
Yeah.
We only had one bathroom in the house and he would just walk in. You couldn't lock it. He would just walk in on the boys and tell them to get out. Get out, like I'm shitting right now.
I'm busy.
Wow. She said you couldn't decide if it was okay or not okay. He was so unpredictable. Hey, not okay. That's... In that house, you can't decide. Anyone coming in would have went, not okay. 2 seconds it would have taken them to go, that is not okay.
Yeah. You can't figure out if it's not okay, but we can.
We can. Now, his wife has some insight into possibly what's wrong with him. She believes his mother and grandmother both suffer from psychiatric illness and with concerns of potential sexual incest between family members, she said. She thinks something was going on. And there's a real good reason for that. At one point, Rick told her that when he was younger, teenager, an uncle gave him what he described as, quote, illicit chemicals. We don't know what that is. And this is not funny, but it's funny. Made him engage in sexual conduct with, quote, a cow and a dog.
Why?
I don't wow. A cow and a dog?
That means you're taking it from the cow and giving it to the dog?
I guess so. It's going to be some weird looking fucking farm animals that pop out of those things.
Is he making the cow and the dog do this, or is he doing?
He had to do shit he's doing stuff. He isn't specific, but some sort of sexual behavior with a cow and a dog. Rick told his wife that he felt as if an evil spirit entered him at that point in his life. Yeah. When you're mounting the family Akita, I would say at that point you go, I feel like an evil spirit's coming into me right now. This is weird, right?
I feel like something's wrong now.
Yeah, I just feel like something happened. Wow.
I'm not going to be the same tomorrow.
No, for sure. Or really, what's this?
Right now.
Ever. Really ever is what I'm looking at. She also said that Jonas's brother Cabe shared an incident in therapy in 2012 when he observed his father through a small garage window following a fight with their mother. He said his father sharpened a knife on a grinding wheel prior to throwing it at a picture of himself in the garage.
Okay, so he's mad at himself.
The psychology there is wild. Yeah. She wondered about him having bipolar disorder due to his hostility and agitation, as well as recurrent firings or quittings of jobs. Yeah. She said his unemployment was constant and stated that one year he had 7 W-2s. And then he also prematurely quit one job despite an eligibility for a $5,000 bonus if he just stayed another month.
Oh, my God.
So he does know, which is real instant gratification. Can't wait a month for that. Got to feel
that
good now.
That month of sticking it out would be so much. It wouldn't be worth $5,000 to me.
Fuck. I mean, if you got 2 kids and you're poor, it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not having it. Yeah. It's crazy.
Have you fucked a cow before, James? Because
that's true. I mean, yes, but I feel like it's still not the same. You know what I mean? I mean, I have, but So sexually, she was expected to pursue him on a nightly basis, and he would then ultimately determine whether it would happen or not, or whether he would reject her. But she had to at least try to fuck him every night, and then he would decide whether he felt like it.
Whether or not he had a headache.
Yeah. She said while he rarely engaged in public displays of affection, he did exhibit inappropriate behavior in front of the children when choosing to do so. When they went out on outings, whether camping or staying in hotel rooms, he often initiated sexual intercourse despite their children being present. I'm going to show the kids how I knocked the bottom out of mommy. Come on, let's go.
I'm going to stretch you out in our North Face tent with the kids on either side of us.
Either way, they're in sleeping bags.
Flanked by children in a tent.
Kids, zip up all the way, would you? What are you doing, man? In church, he would slap her on the ass in front of the other parishioners, which she considered degrading in church. She described Jonas as doing very well during elementary school, but his performance began to decline in junior high. Right. In response, his father would punish him and disallow him from going on any mission trips or participating in baseball. She noted that if she had disciplined Cabe for misbehavior, Rick would demand that she also punish Jonas, even if he hadn't done anything wrong. So the younger brother
left out.
Hey, no, I'm yelling at him. He needs to know we care about him too. So I'm going to go punch him in the Marines.
We don't all get punished for one man's mistake.
Jonas is like, I didn't know it was my job to keep him in line. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing?
Told me to keep the jelly donut out of his footlocker.
Fuck, yeah. During one incident, Jonas was about 7 years old. He peed in a cistern in the basement wall of their 1900 farmhouse.
No!
No.
That's the water that comes in the house.
That's the bad water. Yeah, you don't want to pee in there. In response, quote, he was 7 too, though. I don't know if he knew how the whole system worked.
But I don't care how old you are. But what'd he do?
Rick wailed on him so hard, and he made him sleep in the bathroom. I went to put covers on him, and he was shaking. He's 7.
Okay, that's not...
7 is second grade. Second grade. No.
Yeah. Punishment doesn't fit the crime anyway.
No, Jesus. You definitely have a fucking chat with him. Don't ever do that again. But that's, I think, where we should stop, probably.
That's where I brush my teeth, you little shit.
Yeah, hey, fuckhead, don't do that.
That's where you brush your teeth. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So toward the end of their marital relationship, she described Rick as extremely mean and yelling all the time. She experienced chest and left arm pain whenever she and the children were yelled at. She pursued counseling for her and their children. Rick discontinued their insurance, and she had to pay $2,000 in psychological services out of pocket and couldn't afford to go back again.
Holy shit.
That's insane. Again, controlling. I don't want you to do that. I'll make it so you can't seek medical help.
Yeah.
You know, that's controlling. When she left the marriage...
My ex-stepdad, all he had to do, James, was say yes when they called him. I blew up my hand when my mom was still technically married to the man. All he had to do, they called him for the insurance. All he had to say was, yes, that's my wife. Or, yes, that kid is covered on my insurance. He said no, and my mom had to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for this hand to get repaired.
That's insane.
These men exist. They
didn't even fucking reattach it.
They didn't even put it together. They just
fucking closed it up. That shit should be fucking very cheap. I could have done that for Christ's sake.
My mom sent the final bill when I was like 19. It took her like 14 years to pay this shit off.
Jesus. So when she left the marriage for the final time, she stated that any child support checks were written out directly to the boys and that he merely changed all the locks on the house. He threw all of her belongings out into the barn and removed all of her pictures from the residence. He also refused to pick up the boys for visitation at her residence and instead waited at the end of the driveway with the expectation that they would just come out and meet him, you know. Mm-hmm. Now, about Jonas here at this point, the kid who made the call, according to his Facebook page, this is how he describes himself. Was born at Burnsville Hospital, grew up in a trailer park till I was about 3, then moved to a 5-acre piece of land and lived there from when I was 4 at least 14. Then my parents got divorced, and I've been living with my mom's parents since August 1st of 2010, and now I plan on going to college for criminology, but I can't decide if I really want to do that or study for TV and computer media. I'm leaning toward criminology.
Okay. Well, I'm glad he gave us all that information. He also is using Facebook incorrectly. That's where you...
Yes.
You know what I mean?
This is... This is apparently like his description of himself, which is a little wordy for a bio, I would say. So they said that more recently his demeanor progressed from internalizing tendencies of self-loathing and significant dysphoria to externalizing behaviors, including stealing from his grandparents, verbal and physical aggression toward his brother, as well as marked opposition and defiance. Which is exactly what will happen if you take a kid and beat the living shit out of him all the time and treat him terribly. You take a dog and you beat the shit out of it, it will bite people.
It is shocking when...
take a dog and pet it, it won't bite people. It's super weird. Very strange.
Yeah, kick a dog a lot. See if it doesn't fight back. And
Don't
fight
kick
everybody.
a dog a lot, by the way, please. But either way, that's... my dogs don't bite people. Why?
Right, yeah.
Not mean to them. They just,
I've got 2 giant pussies in that house.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a nicer dog than Benny, my Cane Corso? The sweetest dog that's ever existed. 150-pound monster.
Yeah. So happens when you kiss him.
That's it. The vets whenever we take him to the vets, they go, we should use him to help people who are afraid of big dogs because he's so sweet. So yeah, you just don't kick the shit out of him is how you do it. So he became extremely negative about everything, began destroying items provided to him by his mother whenever upset. That's
okay. He's breaking his things.
And only the ones that his mother gave him because he's mad at her now. He also began engaging in sexting with females despite the absence of normative dating. So he just starts sexting girls that he had their phone number that they weren't in a intimate relationship.
They're just people he knows.
Just giving it a shot, really.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there. I mean, seems like he's sending out dick pics, probably.
Unsolicited stuff, yeah.
And was also concerned about making sure he had access to pornography, which seems very normal. That's the first normal thing I've heard in this whole thing. For a teenager. When speaking with him on one occasion, he kept mumbling to himself and appeared to be responding to internal stimuli also. This is from a psychological thing. Given behaviors identical to those of his father, the mother told Jonas he was choosing to live with his father, then sent him to live with his father in August of 2013. You want to act like your dad? I'll send you to live with your dad, she said, which is also not a great way to approach this, obviously.
Enjoy Rick.
Yeah. When she invited Jonas back for Thanksgiving as well as Christmas for a week, his behaviors quickly resurfaced and he was again deposited back on his father's doorstep. Jonas informed his mother that his father was drinking alcohol more frequently and on one occasion called him when he was out of town. His father, Rick, called Jonas and to, quote, ask him if he was jacking off. Are you jacking off over there? Imagine getting that phone. Oh, hey, Dad, how's it going? What are you doing over there? I'm just watching a little TV. You jacking off? I mean, yeah, but not now. Not on the phone.
Was he calling to make sure he was or wasn't?
I don't know. Not sure.
Let me talk to the boy.
No, it's just
Put
him.
the boy on. You jacking off, boy? That's my boy.
Good job. Keep it going. Although uncertain, she believes Rick's behaviors intensified and increased with frustration for Jonas due to hypocrisy of claiming Jonas would get mad at Rick because Rick would claim that he was a Christian while drinking himself into oblivion and surfing various websites that Jonas didn't feel were holy. On the night of this night of the killing of when he was shot, she felt the need to text him and texted him a long prayer. And of course, this is Christina texted Rick a long prayer and then was obviously contacted by law enforcement going, hey, you didn't kill this guy, did you? Because you texted him a long prayer, then somebody shot him. Right. Now, here is Jonas's opinions of his father that we find out. He said that he was always in and out of jobs for being fired. He would have a letter from work. I don't know if he was fired because of his attitude. I don't know all the jobs, some construction companies, quite a few jobs. In 2009, he got a 4-year degree at Crown College, but then he was with a roofing company. We were always driving junk vehicles up until then. Dad did a lot of traveling, but he made his own schedule. He was a claims inspector for roof damage. He got a new vehicle every 100,000 miles. Most of the time I traveled with him into the 5-state area. So they said that he also said that his father never spoke of his side of the family very much. What's he going to say? They made me fuck cows? I mean, This is a mess. They said since the divorce, he definitely stocked up on random brands of alcohol. He had our island counter filled up with vodka and spiced rum and was making wine. Hey, he can go to the festival. That's nice. Yeah. He can enter it. And would store it in the basement. He had a 16-gallon keg in the garage. He drank from a mason jar with vodka, orange juice, and 7-Up.
Good Christ, Rick.
Wow, Rick. No wonder why he's so fucking flighty.
Yeah, you drink enough of that shit in the morning, you don't want to go to work either.
No shit, I wouldn't want to go either. So the original idea was that the kids were going to live with mom and then go see the dad every other weekend. Yeah. But he said Cabe stopped going after a trip with my dad. He said my dad was being really weird and he wouldn't go with him unless I was there. He never gave the details of what happened. I still saw him quite a bit, but it slowed down. I was living with my mom and spending some time with friends. And then he said, he was so weird when it came to my friends. He was supposed to pay $500 in child support, but only paid half. But he wasn't afraid to spend money on himself. He bought a Jeep and $3,000 in upgrades. He remodeled the house and built a fish house from scratch. Fish tank?
Fish tank.
Maybe he called it a fish house, which that's a new one. I've never heard that before. Have you ever heard of a fish house? A fish house?
No, but I was planning on building a dog terrarium.
I was going to build a dog tank this weekend. I thought that'd be great. My cat could use a tank. She gets all around and into something. Let's keep her. If we can keep her in one place, it'd probably be better.
Fish house.
Fish house. He did 2 extensive remodels and roofing and put on a new garage door. I helped him with that. With all of that, I kind of enjoyed the woodwork. For some reason, he wouldn't spend money on me. It was tough to get a job when you lived 3 miles from town and had to ride a bike. He said he bought me a cheap phone plan and told me, I'm just doing this to be nice. Okay. He would be nosy about me talking to people. He said it was his job to know the who, what, and where about me and anyone I was talking to, which that can be considered
fair,
good parenting up to a certain point. I had a friend come over to my dad's, and I would go with him to my cousins in the cities. One chick I was talking to from way up in the corner of the state. He would approach me in a nagging manner. He would always have a cow. With him, you got to be very specific when you say have a cow, exactly what he's talking about.
Saying that could freak out?
That could mean either freak out or he's reverting to childhood fucking memories here.
Yeah, he can't have friends over when he's having a cow.
No, you're having a cow because it's gross. They don't want to see that. He brings the cow right in the living room. He would have a cow if I was talking to other girls. So he said he had a Twitter page and a Facebook page, and he had YouTube and stuff like that. He said, I moved in last August with my dad because my mom cussed me out over a stupid thing on the computer. We were living with my grandparents and they were out of town. I got a message to go boating. As I was shutting down the computer, the conversation with his mother was like boiling water and it got hotter. I asked, can I just finish this message? She was okay with it. She said, I was paranoid because she wanted me to shut it down. It was hard for me to get out because of no transportation. The conversation got pretty bad. She cussed back at me, and I shut off the computer and asked my dad to come grab me. She stayed in there for 20 minutes for me to go to sleep. Okay? She also said that me and Cabe's education, or he said, he'd always blame my mom for no reason, and that site wasn't educating well enough. He would just throw fits at her even after the split up. The negativity of his mentality came up like a Roman candle 2 months after the split up. His negativity got worse and worse as the years progressed. I remember mom telling me that even when they were dating, he was a jerk. They got married because she got knocked up.
Oh, right.
That's it. She was thinking that she should have left him when I was 2. Now, Jonas... Otherwise, he said that he's into girls. When asked about dating, he said, quote, not professionally. What? Do you date? He said, not professionally. Then he said, quote, well, probably one professionally and one last August. Does he mean like
no.
He rented a woman? Or does he mean like not like on the regular? I can't tell.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
I've never heard that as a thing.
Me neither. That's what I was confused. The first official one was last August when she came to my dad's place every Friday. My dad was dating someone with 2 kids, a daughter and a younger son. We did some making out, but it was going some kind of fast for me, and I got paranoid. That was some kind of fast. That was most of what she wanted out of me. It was paranoying me. Paranoying as a verb.
He speaks wildly.
He said, wait till you hear it too, because the psychiatrist comes up with some real odd terms that he uses later. He said, I could feel the relationship from there was getting dull and wasn't going anymore. The more time we spent together, she wanted more. And he said that it was getting too close. And they said, did you have any sexual behavior? And he said, no, my dad was always around. He never trusted me with girls. He actually limited me to come out. He wanted me at his side all the time. He wouldn't let me make my own decisions. They said, well, what's the most you did with her? And he said, quote, well, it's not Nick Godejohn because he didn't say all three. He said, just touching her top side.
That is so weird.
How weird is that to say? Top side? Top side? Who the fuck has ever said that? Dude, how many guys have we talked to?
So many.
So many. As a kid growing up, you talk to so many guys, and the subject is always what you're doing with girls and all that. No one ever said, I touched her top side. I never once heard a human being with a penis say that, ever.
No. If one of my friends said I touched her top side, I'd say, no, you didn't.
Top side? Like on top of her head? What are you talking about? Yeah.
You didn't touch her at all, did you, you fucking weirdo? Who talks like that?
Yeah, that's so strange. Just touching her top side. I'm uncomfortable with what people are doing in relationships. Part of me wanted to be that intimate, but a bigger part of me knew there was more to relationships than that. My dad found out and wouldn't let it go. You touched a top side? He got pissed. He's like, how dare you? When it was just me and him, he would say, she's too young for you. The parent lecture he would give me. I felt bad for her. She didn't have a good dad. Her mom was, quote, a little bitchy. Sorry for swearing, he says. Her 10-year-old brother was fun. He was kind of a loose wingnut. He was a fun kid. I broke up with her by text in September. She wasn't very happy about that.
Yeah, nice way to go, you fucking immature dick.
And he said, I didn't plan on dating for a while because that was just getting a little tiring. Just overwhelming for him.
Yeah.
He was homeschooled until the 10th grade.
Well, that explains the top side.
Explains a lot of stuff, not just the top side.
Yeah.
All sorts of shit.
Yeah.
When he attended it, then he attended a charter school, which in Eden Prairie, which can be good or terrible.
Could be the worst. Yeah.
Could be the worst or really good. This was Eagle Ridge Academy. He reported broad average range performance without retention or received special education services. He described homework demands as, quote, as much as mom felt me and my brother needed to complete. As much as mom said.
He was in some special ed classes?
Yes, because whenever most of this, because whenever we say this happens, people go, why? There's always two examples of
anecdotes are not evidence. Stop it.
Thank you. For the most part, when kids, if they're in homeschooling the whole time and then put in a public or whatever kind of school and say the 10th grade, they're not. It's just not. They're not at the same place, and it's just it can't be because you're not doing the exact lesson plans that they're doing. So you're never going to be in the same place.
You're certainly capable, but it's going to take a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. They said due to homeschooling, he had no opportunity to participate in extracurricular activities. And remember, when he wasn't doing well in homeschooling, they wouldn't let him play baseball, which was his one outlet to the outside world. He denied any homecoming or prom attendance, stating, quote, I wasn't into dancing. Just not into it. So he said, I thought about college, but it would help if I had a little bit of dough and a vehicle. He still doesn't even have a driver's license. He thought about military enlistment, but didn't want to do it. He worked at McDonald's for 2 months last summer before relocating to his dad's place. When asked about a chemical use history later, he denied any use of illicit chemicals, but reported on one occasion consuming, quote, 5 Coors Light beers while hunting. He's had 5 beers once. And he said,
in an afternoon, that's a lot for somebody that doesn't drink.
Fuck yeah. He said, my orientation was just tampered a little bit with my vision, so I quit. So I felt drunk, and I was like, ooh, that's too much. Don't like that.
Well, your vision gets a little blurry and you get a little wobbly. The first time I had 6 beers, I was pretty fucked up.
Yeah. He said that about his dad, quote, he pretty much did abuse us. Quite a control freak. He didn't want us to get out of the house. He wanted us to be sitting ducks. It almost seemed like we were chained to the house. Mostly, he put it on her, meaning his mother. Nothing was ever right when it comes to my mom and education or cooking. He was always yelling at her about everything that was made. Also, finances, he would blame all the money spending on her. You bought bread, you fucking, you loose
How
bitch.
Dare you? Yeah.
Wow. Even with the wardrobes, when it came to buying clothes, he always picked them out for my mom. Even after the divorce, he was picking. One time, I wanted to get a pair of jeans, and he complained about me wanting to pick a certain brand. Okay?
Yeah.
So, by the way, the 911 call. This is the guy lying on the floor that we've discussed, and this is the dynamic of the kids sitting in the house with him.
Who's
this
making
is what's
the
going
call.
on.
Yeah.
So the police arrive. There he is on the floor, blankets covering his body. They determined, obviously, he's dead. Like we said, there's skull fragments and brain matter. The attending officer observed a small bullet hole in the lower right side of a glass double French patio door. Okay. Now, when they speak to Jonas, he said that he was in his second-story bedroom watching movies when he heard a noise that sounded like a gunshot and glass breaking, came down, called 911. Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show and tell you a better way to shop with Thrive Market.
ThriveMarket.com.
Oh, you know it. What are you going to do? You're going through the grocery store, frantically reading labels. What's in this? What's in that? Does this have gluten? Does this have soy? Does this... You don't need all of that. That's the thing. You don't need it. You don't need any of that aggravation because you have Thrive Market available to you where they take care of all that for you. They have the great in-app. My favorite thing is the scanner where you can scan anything and it'll find you a better, healthier option than that. It's amazing. This will replace... You know, you're going to go on a Whole Foods run, stuff like that. This will replace that. It's great stuff, Thrive Market. You are going to love it. Think of Thrive Market. You know, it's an ingredient detective is what they are. They do all the work. That's the thing. They restrict 1,000 plus ingredients. Whole Foods only restricts 300, so they have a lot there. Thrive Market actually curates their selection so you know that you're always seeing the best items on the market. They even have 200 plus vetted snack packs, making back-to-school lunchbox packing a breeze. No red 40, no synthetic dyes, no high fructose corn syrup, none of that stuff. 90 plus diet and allergy and lifestyle filters to find exactly what fits your family, from dye-free to allergen-friendly to high-protein. That's like we do it with the gluten-free stuff.
Right.
And it's really great to be able to find snacks and cookies and things like that that are gluten-free because they have that a lot. I know you're nuts for these oats.
Oh, God, these 7-day oats. 7 Sunday oats.
You're in love with oats, and I know that. And that's the thing we talk about a lot because you rave about these oats. And, you know, in 2026, USA Today named Thrive Market one of the most trusted brands by parents. Thrive Market is the first online-only grocer to accept SNAP EBT online, and every membership sponsors one for a low-income family. This exclusive member pricing, weekly sales, the free gifts, the price matching, and free delivery on qualifying orders makes the $5 a month membership. It's a no-brainer, everybody. Right. You're going to want to get that Thrive Market box at your door. It's excellent stuff. We love Thrive Market. Buy all the stuff there. I'm addicted to their sea salt tortilla chips, so I have to have it here. Use our link, thrivemarket.com/smalltownmurder to get $30 off your first 2 orders, plus an extra 25% off during the back-to-school blowout sale that's running August 2nd through August 9th. These offers stack, so you're getting the sale and our exclusive discount. You cannot get this deal on the website. It's only through our link. Sign up before this offer ends.
Now back to the show.
Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you the best place to shop for clothes. It's Quince, everybody.
Quince.com. QUINCE.com.
It's the best. We get all our clothes from Quince. Quince is amazing, and August is the perfect time to hit reset before the autumn rush begins. And honestly, we can't think of a better place to start than our closets. That's why we both love shopping at Quince, and everybody in our houses too. Sarah's always shopping at Quince. We love it. Quince is all about fewer, better pieces. That's what you're looking for, the good stuff. Their clothes are made with premium materials, built to last, and designed to become the ones you reach for day after day. Great stuff. Quince specializes in everyday staples that work harder, like their ultra-soft organic tees and premium Mongolian cashmere sweaters. It's awesome. They're versatile, timeless, and transition seamlessly from a casual work day to dinner out. You can do it. If you're still hanging on to the same worn-out basics, Quince is going to make it easy for you to upgrade. They have premium denim and tailored chinos from just $60 with the kind of perfect fit, structure, and high-quality fabrics you'd expect from a luxury designer brand. Everything at Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. That's not for lack of quality. It's actually for lack of paying someone who doesn't need this. It's no middleman. That's what it's all about. They cut out that middleman and work directly with ethical factories, so you're paying for high quality, not brand markup. We love Quince. I buy all sorts of stuff from Quince. Jimmy's got the linen pants and everything like that.
Love them.
I have a bunch of shirts, and I buy everything from Quince. Pants, shirts, we love it. That's my first and usually last stop for clothes is Quince. And it's not just clothing. Quince has become our go-to from everything from hotel quality bedding and bath essentials to premium cookware and our travel must-haves. Upgrade your everyday. Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/smalltownmurder. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too. That's QUINCE.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you about the safest sponsor you could possibly buy from is Simply Safe.
SimplySafe.com. SIMPLI Safe.com.
Absolutely. It is Simply Safe's 20-year anniversary. That's amazing right there. Think about, you've grown in 20 years, and so has Simply Safe. We have started with Simply Safe. We've had Simply Safe for 10 years now. We've been using it.
10 years.
It's only gotten better, and they are great. Their customer service is amazing. Think about what a home security system does as an intruder approaches your house. Doesn't do anything. It's just waiting. It's waiting till it's too late. You listen to our shows. If someone's inside your house, bad things can happen, and it doesn't do anything until the window breaks. Then an alarm goes off. Then you get a notification. Then maybe the police will come. But what if the whole point was to stop that chain of events before it ever started? That's the question Simply Safe has answered, and most other companies haven't. And that's how it goes there. That's why we love Simply Safe. They have those cameras. They can directly speak to someone who's trying to break in and go, "Hey, stupid. Cops are on the way, so, unless you want to be there and greet them, you should probably run away now." That's great. That will keep you safe, and that's all they're about. We love Simply Safe. Our offices, our studios, houses, everything we have is Simply Safe, and we can even install it ourselves, and that's the crazy part, because I can't put together an IKEA table. So pretty good stuff, I'm telling you. Unlike traditional security systems that only alert you after the break-in's underway, Simply Safe is designed to stop intruders before they get inside. They have smart AI-powered outdoor cameras that detect suspicious activity at the perimeter and alert live U.S.-based agents to step in. Simply Safe's agents assess the threat, intervene through the camera to scare off trespassers, and then call 911 dispatch as well. Simply Safe has been protecting your world for 20 years. Celebrate their anniversary with us and save 60% on your new Simply Safe system at simplysafe.com/small. That's 60% off at simplysafe.com/small. Plus, when you order, write in our show name in the How Did You Hear About Us survey to let them know we sent you. Don't forget, there's no safe like Simply Safe.
Now back to the show.
So they said, okay. Another cop said he noticed that a gun cabinet containing multiple firearms near the kitchen and living room was there. Okay. So while waiting for the medical examiner, the cops were talking to Jonas, and Jonas said, "I don't know how I'll get by with this." Further inquiry, why'd you say that? He said, "I'm just getting used to the idea that he's not around anymore."
All right.
It's been 10 minutes of, I'm just getting used to it. Sorry. He said that his day, he ate supper at 5:30, went upstairs to his bedroom, watched several movies. Then at 10:30, he heard a noise that sounded like a gunshot going through a window, quote, like on TV. He reported coming downstairs, and that's that. He said he looked at his father for a while, then went outside to catch his breath. He stared at his dad, then went outside. Then he contacted 911 and sat in his father's truck outside until the officers arrived, which it's freezing out. It's early January in Minnesota. Yeah. So he described his father as depressed since his parents divorced and increased alcohol use, and said that he told the cops he was viewing dating sites. He described him as, quote, mentally a jerk to everybody also. Right. And he described his dad as being a little bit weird after he moved back in with him, specifically his father's Roman Catholicism being a little over the top, and saying his religious beliefs were, quote, really messed up. And also his father called himself a Christian but really wasn't. Right. Now the medical examiner comes, so the cop says, I'm going to go talk to the medical examiner now. You go sit in our squad car until we get back. And Jonas said, quote, I wish I could. And they said, you wish you could what? And he said, I don't know. Part of me wants to go home to my grandparents, and part of me wishes I could go to sleep and then wake up and this never happened. Yeah. Okay. So they take pictures. They turn the body over to see if there's a weapon under the body, see if maybe it's a suicide and the gun got trapped under there. Right. However, no firearm means this is definitely a homicide here. So they go outside the house to secure it, and Jonas is sitting outside. A deputy sits in the truck with Jonas. And they talk to him, and they ask him to sit in the squad car to talk a little more. And, he said that, read him his rights, and I said, we're going to talk to you, so we have to read you the rights and everything like that. He said, Jonas said, yeah, I understand. It's like on TV shows. I get it.
You do get it. Yeah.
He said that, after Jonas spoke about the family situation, the cop expressed sympathy, saying, obviously you're kind of in a crappy situation here, and then described the forensic analysis that law enforcement will conduct at the scene, including, we're going to look for blood spatter on your clothes, gunshot residue on your hands. We have to do all this stuff. And the cop said, I think both of us are getting a picture of life wasn't pleasant here, and you're not in a good situation, okay? And we can understand that, and other people will understand that, okay? But if something happened between you and your dad, tonight, more than what you're telling us, the most important thing is now is the time to tell us and be honest about that. He said later would be too late, and that people respect honesty.
True.
He said, we're not going to disrespect you. You'll never be happy until you get this off your chest, Jonas. Mm-hmm. So he said, okay, woke up at 8:30 a.m. Dad had gone to work already. I brought wood in for the wood burner because their furnace isn't working and they rely on the wood stove for heat in Minnesota in the winter. Wow. He then went on Facebook for a while. When he smelled food cooking, he went downstairs to eat with the discovery that his father had eaten and was watching television. Dad made himself dinner. But he ate too. After eating, he returned to his room and watched movies until 10:30 when he heard a pop, like when a noise on TV when a bullet goes through the glass. He went downstairs to investigate, and he said his dad's brains were splattered all over the floor and pillow. He said he didn't know what to do, so he checked his father's pulse, and then he went outside to get some air, and then he remembered he had his cell phone in his back pocket, and he called 911. The officers asked about the firearms in the house, and Jonas confirmed that his dad owned a 20-gauge pump-action shotgun used for bird hunting. Mm-hmm. He said he had familiarity with guns, and there's a lot of guns in the house, and they went hunting a lot. Jonas also stated that his father blamed his mother for the divorce, but it was his father's fault. He said his father was acting weird. His religious views were all screwed up. His father's more of a probation officer. He goes through all this. And then they're telling him, okay, well, we're going to do all this testing. Yeah. And there are some inconsistencies considering like the skull fragments that lay between the body and the broken pane of the French doors. We need to know what happened in there. And then Jonas says, quote, what happened in there was me.
Oh, Jonas.
Jonas said was me. He told the officers he came down to get some water, saw his dad sleeping on the floor. He said he didn't know why he did it, but he went to the gun cabinet and got a rifle, but claimed he said, I don't know what I did or why I was doing it, but I did it to him. Oh, he said they told him, yeah, we're going to check. And he went, all right, fine. It was me. Fuck it. He said he received a silver bolt-action .300 rifle from the gun cabinet, some cartridges from a drawer, and then, quote, took his time walking into the living room and stood in front of the wood stove and, quote, took his life. Nice. Jesus. He denied ever experiencing rage, but he says he just snapped in response to his father's treatment of him. He's sleeping, though. That's not the time to do it. He confirmed about killing his father while up in, he said he thought about killing his father while up in the bedroom, saying it was, quote, the only idea I could come up with. And he also said after he's a fucked up kid. After he shot his father, he waited about 5 minutes to call 911, make sure he was dead. So yeah, he said he did that. He said after he shot him, the second round through the bottom pane of the French doors in the living room, he returned the rifle to the gun cabinet, placed the shell casings in a bucket in the basement. Mm-hmm. They said, well, how do you feel right now? And he said, somewhat relieved that I don't have to deal with my father anymore.
I feel great.
I feel better. He said he wasn't thinking straight. They asked if you discharged the weapon a single time. He replied, no, twice. He bolted out the first round and put a second round in the rifle and discharged the second round out of the glass door. He said, I do fully and completely understand the consequences that do come up. You know, obviously. So they take him, they let him piss out in the yard, and then they take him to the police station at 4:15 a.m.
Nice.
And he said, looking back at the spiritual person I had become, I look back at it like the movie was just getting over, the third Star Wars movie. I was going to get water, and he was watching Star Wars is what he's saying, and he wasn't making a Star Wars metaphor, which could have been, and go to bed or hit the hay. It's slowly, but it's psychologically like I wasn't totally myself. It was like I was wiped out. It was like I had no physical control. My mind was wiped. I went downstairs and I set the cup on the counter for some reason. I looked in and I saw him snoring. I looked over in the computer room. He had a sheetrock wall by the gun cabinet. I looked back at it and it's like my mind was empty. At that time, I was a doer and not a thinker. Okay? The gun cabinet was not locked. My dad locked it up before he was dating. When he was dating, it was like I was in a dream. It's kind of hard to control things in a dream. It's like you wake up, but when you wake up, and I didn't wake up until I was in a squad car. I had no interest in doing that. I'm not like that. But the stress with my dad and peer pressure, the kids.
Peer pressure.
All the kids saying you should kill your parents. All my friends were always, why don't you shoot your dad? And I was like, nah. They kept at it though, Eventually took a shot at him.
Jug. We'll make a gravity bong, and then afterwards go home and kill your dad.
Go kill your father, obviously. There's a lot of peer pressure. It didn't surprise me that he wouldn't change after the divorce. So he said the gun was not loaded, the ammunition was below it. I got the gun, put the ammo in, walked into the living room. I remember fighting myself psychologically, like hearing things going back and forth. The negative side of me took over. Spiritually speaking, my born-again Christian kind of thing, I wasn't as prepared spiritually speaking. I wasn't spending time in the Word and pushed it aside, and I could kind of tell there was some kind of demonic behavior in my head. Mm-hmm. I was trying to fight it off, but it didn't last long. He said, and they said, what do you mean demonic behavior? He said, I kind of hear it a little bit. It's kind of like a distorted, like you hear it in your head, and I could feel it. And he said, I was flicking the safety back and forth, and I tried to keep my finger off the trigger guard, but it didn't last very long. I looked at it as if it was me and my actual self was fighting off what was pushing me forward in my head. I tried to keep the gun from aiming. I pointed it toward the ceiling. He said, I noticed when I got the gun, I kept looking back at the gun cabinet and the computer desk, and I blacked out, and then I was in the living room, and then I blew away like the wind. I remember seeing the flash coming from the muzzle. I remember my ears blanking out and ringing. I slowly started recovering. I put the gun back and I took him and I looked at him a little bit. I wasn't really thinking. I glared at him. Most of me had come back when I thought about turning myself in. I dialed 911. I did that outside and sat in the truck. So there you go.
Interesting story.
He said, I probably should have been more hesitant in my statements, but I just felt I needed to tell the truth then.
Yeah.
So that's what he said. And he said, I had a million different things going on in my head. Part of me wanted to just stand there, and then I couldn't just decide what to do. And part of me wanted to panic. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Could we move on? He says.
Can we talk about something else?
Anything else? He said also later on, he said that part of him was telling him to get my revenge. And he described having something in his head that shouldn't have been there, and he was having a hard time fighting it, and it was winning me over. I was having a hard time resisting it. He said the thoughts in his head, the intensity of the thought was thicker and level went up as the day went by. He thought of the rifle and admitted that he was having a hard time battling it off, and indicated listening to music before he put in his movie wasn't beneficial. He denied ever becoming angry where he wanted to kill somebody and stated it wasn't me, with claims these thoughts were on him. So that's what he said. Yeah. He said he's panicking inside, trying to keep myself from running around like a lunatic at that minute. Mm-hmm. So they have him sign a consent form. They look at his phone and do all of that. And they also charge him with premeditated first-degree murder,
Fuck yes.
Intentional second-degree murder, and second-degree murder while committing second-degree assault.
Oh, boy.
Now, he wants his confession thrown out when we come to trial, does. Which, I mean, yeah, it's a big part of it. So
I don't want the part where I said I did it.
No, there's tons of physical evidence, too. I mean, because prints are on the gun, which they could be anyway because he's used it to hunt. But, I mean, he's the only one there. So he tries to do that, saying that challenging whether he had the capacity to waive his Miranda rights. Mm-hmm. Well, he's an 18-year-old sane person, so he should be able to. The psych evaluation from this whole thing, we find a lot. There's this psych evaluation. We could have talked in detail about his Rorschach test. Do you understand that if we had the time? I am so interested in that shit. They said Jonas during a second session was again socially stilted with magnification of atypicality while discussing his social history and events that led to his legal charge. He again referred to, quote, humans, including himself, often in the third person, as if not part of the human race, with coexisting cognitive inefficiency while discussing abstract interpersonal concepts.
Oh, you can't.
Humans, other humans, he would say. He often issued the odd phrase of, quote, a taste for various activities and experiences. It's a very specific quirk of language. Albeit subtle, he again exhibited intermittent instances of concrete thinking. For example, he told this writer his father earned a 4-year degree. When this writer revisited this information and confirmed his father's completion of a bachelor's degree, he queried, how did you know that? When he told a 4-year degree is referred to as a bachelor's degree, he responded, oh, is that what that means? I thought you were just ready for the ladies. I thought you were ready for action out there.
Time to touch topside.
Time to hit the strip club. Look at some topsides. He continued to answer questions. During the unstructured Rorschach inkblot test, he failed to identify normal visual percepts and exhibited extreme latency, a.k.a. color shock, when faced with chromatic demands of several blots. His percepts were simplistic and without normative human interaction or movement. They kind of want you to tell a story on those. Yeah. And if you just go, oh, it's just that, and you don't have a story, you don't have a complete. They're seeing how complete your mind is, essentially.
Right. He's a
it's
mess.
Not just about the ink blots. Yeah. It's about your ability to put it into words.
Yeah.
He does an IQ test as well. And his verbal IQ is 85. His performance IQ is 96 and full scale IQ of 89. So a little below average. Yeah. 90 starts the average range here. He also said, I was a bit of a night owl up past 12 a.m., a little bit of the taste for the curious on the edge, but not that far. He said, I've always wanted to be the center of attention, but the opportunity would leave me. So let's go on to this. He says also that 8 critical items here. These are questions, true or false, or sometimes, or whatever, that they ask a person. Nothing goes my way. He said, true. Nobody ever listens to me. True. Other kids hate to be with me. Sometimes. I feel like my life is getting worse and worse. Often. No one understands me. Sometimes I feel sad. Sometimes I hear voices in my head that no one else can hear. Sometimes, and I hate school. Sometimes.
All the time. Yeah.
But besides the voices, that's every 16-year-old is what you just described.
Yeah. The voices are the frightening part.
That's the part that's pretty fucked up. Jonas further exhibits mild to moderate impairment in his ability to think logically and coherently. Specifically, he's less capable than most people of coming to reasonable conclusions about relationships between events and maintaining a connected flow of associations in which ideas follow each other in a comprehensible manner, which is kind of what the Rorschach test kind of shows too. As a result, there's 2 occasions when his adaptation is compromised by arbitrary and circumstantial reasoning and moments in which scattered thoughts confuse him and potentially others. He denied any primary stressors with the exception of the current legal charge. He does fail to mention at all to the psychiatrist something that could possibly help him out, that his mother in 1997, December, was diagnosed with an aggressive large cell lymphoma with the removal of a grapefruit-sized tumor from beneath her sternum and radiation treatments to treat spots on her lung.
Ouch.
In 2009, she was diagnosed with breast cancer and required a lumpectomy and radiation treatment. So that is traumatizing for a kid to see your mom going through that stuff. Yeah, he also talks about his chores. He had to go get wood for the wood stove because the furnace didn't work half the time. He described his leisure activities as riding his bike, watching television, including, quote, anything I had a taste for, and getting songs and movies on his computer. Yeah. So they talked about suicide, and he said, I kind of almost tried it once at my grandparents' somewhere in 2011. I was lying in my bed, and I was going to try with a knife. It was like there was an invisible wall, and I couldn't bring the knife down. I was that dead mentally.
I just don't have the taste for it.
Yeah. He also says he doesn't have any tattoos now, but, quote, maybe in the future a peace sign or something that represents our nation like an eagle or a spiritual cross. Oh, boy. Those are all very different things here. Then they said, how do you feel about your father's death? And he said, quote, I'm pretty relieved.
There it is.
I feel a bit better now that he's not here to hurt me or Cabe or my mom anymore. That hurt from the last 10 years. It's not so there bad anymore. Yeah. Not so bad. He said, there's a big part of me that's going to miss not hunting and fishing anymore. I think he's not suffering anymore from what he was suffering from. I keep thinking it might hit me at some point, but I think I'm progressing each day, mentally speaking. Anyway, so that's what's going on. Jonas has a lot of fucking issues. Now, also, there's money involved here that just comes up.
Of course.
Prior to a hearing, his lawyer says that he plans to use his portion of his father's $850,000 life insurance payout to hire private attorneys. The assistant attorney general said he shouldn't be able to do that because it's illegal in Minnesota for someone to benefit financially from the murder of someone else. And they also found out that Jonas found his father's will on a computer in the house prior to the murder. So he knew he was in for half of that $850 because his brother gets the other half. They report there's also a phone conversation where he told his mother about the will before she told him to only talk about it with his attorney. Okay. Now, his younger brother, Cabe, is now the other beneficiary on the will, and he's going to end up getting it all.
Nice. Yeah.
The confession is allowed in the trial. An expert testifies for him that he was quite socially delayed and had a low IQ, low to average. Prosecutors, though, say that his statements were voluntary and he could choose not to acquiesce to male authority figures because they said basically if you get a bunch of cops that are older than him and they tell him to confess, he'll confess because he acquiesces to male authority figures. And they're like, well, he's an adult and didn't have to. So, they said after carefully considering these arguments, the officer's conduct, and the totality of the circumstances, we conclude that Nelson's confessions were voluntary and he's fucked. Verdict comes in, very guilty. Very, very guilty. Sentencing comes down. You, sir, may fuck off. Life in prison without parole.
At 18.
At 18. That's, I don't know if I like that. Not
all day, every day.
If he went out and like picked a girl off the street and raped her and cut her throat or something, I go, yeah, fine, but whatever. But for his dad with all this shit going on and all abuse,
it's a bit much, yeah.
Let's let him go in 20 years. Let's let him think about it. Let's give him 25 years to think about it and then let him out. What do you say?
Let's give him a chance in 25.
Yeah. I'm not going to, I mean, we don't make fun of the victim's family. This guy sounded like kind of a dick. And it's everybody that encountered him said it.
Bad guy.
Abusive and everything else.
Yeah.
His direct appeal is denied. He goes for post-conviction relief under the Eighth Amendment is what he's going for here. And boy, do I know a lot about that because I've read all this shit on this. But more than I want to know. Basically, that says that you can't sentence anybody to life in prison who's under 18. And they're like, well, he was 18 in 7 days. Yeah. And they're like, well, we have numbers for a reason. Mm-hmm. And they come up with a bunch of things saying that he's not every 18-year-old is the same. And there are justices who dissent on the affirmed conviction here.
Oh.
They dissent and say not every 18-year-old is the same.
Yeah, it's not universal.
Yeah, they said that it's certainly not. The one guy, where is it here? This guy, one of the judges just basically says, I dissent because this is not every kid's the same at all. You'll get an 18-year-old that's, works construction and has a beard and everything else. You have an 18-year-old that looks 12 and they act different. It's very different. They said, though, the rule, however, is clearly limited to juvenile offenders under the age of 18 at the time of the offense. And, so you can keep fucking off. It's affirmed. And that's that. He's in prison still there. They said his lawyer said the court's decision to uphold the harsh sentence in this case reflects an overly rigid and flexible view of the Supreme Court's Eighth Amendment jurisprudence and an inconsistent application of Minnesota's standards for defining adulthood. There you go, everybody. So Jonas is still in prison.
That's it.
That's the whole thing. He's there. Nothing he can do about it. He's stuck there. His appeals are denied and
just shot him while he slept on the floor.
That's it. Just decided he's had enough. So anyway, there you go. If you enjoy that episode or any of our shows, get on whatever app you're listening on. Give us 5 stars. Netflix, thumbs up. It helps a shitload. Thank you for doing that. Also, shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for live shows. Milwaukee, September the 18th. Get your tickets right now at the Pabst. Minneapolis State Theater, September 19th. Get your tickets. Dallas, October 3rd. San Jose, Sacramento, the 16th and 17th of October. Get your goddamn tickets right now. Also, Terrytown and Boston in November. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports. All the bonus material, $5 a month or above, gets you everything we put out. As soon as you subscribe, almost 400 back bonus episodes you've never heard. New ones every other week, including this week, 1 Crime and Sports, 1 Small Town Murder, as always, and you get them all this week. Crime and Sports, Death on Skis, and it was amazing. You need to hear it. Small Town Murder, Love After Lockup, baby. We had a ball with that shit. Yeah. Find out what a human pig looks like. So check that out. Do that, patreon.com/CrimeInSports, and you get everything we put out ad-free, and you get a shout-out at the end of the show. And if you want to find us on social media, also the show is Small Town Murder on Instagram, Small Town Pod on Facebook, shutupandgivememurder.com has all the links. Keep coming back and seeing us. And until next week, everybody, it's been our pleasure.
Bye.
Hey, everybody listening to Small Town Murder out there. Yeah. Hi. Hello. Good to see you out there. I'm here with Jimmy, too. And this is an ad, but not an ad for a product. This is an ad
This
for
is the best
tour
kind.
dates. Yes, come see a live show. The 2026 tour. Yeah. All the tickets are for sale right now, starting out with February 21st in Nashville, March 6th in Durham, March 7th in Atlanta. Phoenix is sold out. We do have tickets, though, to Your Stupid Opinions on the 21st of March. Salt Lake City sold out. Denver has tickets. Be there on May 2nd. May 29th, Buffalo sold out. Royal Oak, Michigan, May 30th. We have September 18th, Milwaukee, September 19th, Minneapolis, October the 3rd in Dallas, October 16th in San Jose, October 17th in Sacramento, November 13th in Terrytown, November 14th in Boston. Come see us. The live shows are spectacular. Come join all of the other STM people. You're going to meet so many people. You're going to have fun.
Make some new friends.
Like crazy and make some new friends. Come out and see us. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com is where you go for those tickets. Get them right now while they're hot.
See you on the road.